kids are probably going up. Punch you in the head.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's final score, Brewer 14 and Belfast 12. Once again, just a reminder that Brewer will be
cheer for the Brewer victory! Cheer for the good old witches! The orange and the black for me! Rah, rah, rah! Cheer for the alma mater! Where's that Lucy swell? So fight, fight, fight for Brewers who held us so well!
Like that every year. Okay, now, how many games have we played? Four. Not good enough for this team, right? No. Well, does that mean we have to lose one to even it up? No! I don't think so. Coaches are young. We got a long way to go, buddy. Don't you say that. Coach, I can't even add anymore.
I haven't seen you smile this much.
Yeah, well, last time we beat them. Last time.
That's right, Joe. That's right.
Okay, I hate to do this. You guys, we're what? 3 now. Okay, but that's just halfway. Halfway. We're going to be damn good. We're going to be looking for competition. Yeah. We're going to be hunting it up. That's a long flight. Guys, I don't like to do this because you might get the wrong idea. Hands!
Enter the coach's house!
Screw
the lactic acid, I want the girl!
I didn't think I kept ranking them #1 just because I knew we beat them and just number one now! But I'm doing the same thing for Winslow. I'm keeping their ranking way up there so it's going to look good. All right, guys. Great game. Have fun tonight. Don't do anything stupid because we need all 50 plus 30-something of you guys.
It's the Ceramic Hot Sale at Carpet One of Bangor with hot savings on quality ceramic tile.
There's never been a better time to buy ceramic tile for your home.
Get hot savings on Dow tile, Ceramica Uno, or Rotzi tile, starting at $1.49 a square foot.
Take advantage of this special financing.
Plus no payments and no interest for 6 months. All ceramic tile is backed by Carpet One's good as gold 1-year replacement warranty. When it comes to flooring, nobody does it better than Carpet One of Bangor.
All right, standing here this evening with number 5, Chris Noyes. He sheds the pads here in celebration. Chris, big victory for you tonight. How important was this win tonight, especially on homecoming?
Oh, this is a big win, sir. We were gunning for this game all year. We've been thinking about this game since last year in the playoffs, and it was great to win.
Now, Chris, we've been talking about it all night up in the stands. You've got some family members here who've made pilgrimages from all over Maine. You want to give a shout out to them for coming to supporting you this evening?
I love you, Mom.
Oh, there you go. Now, how about your offensive line out there? You know, being the running back, you're usually the first person through the line. Yeah. How were they doing tonight?
Oh, they were pushing off the line. They were doing awesome. I couldn't ask for any more from our O-line.
Now, defensively, you played a team tonight, Belfast. You know, ranked number 8 in the state. They come out. They've been averaging well over 50 points a game, and you hold them to 12.
Well, sir, this is a battle. This is a big fight. And, you know, what loses a fight is fear, and this Brewer defense didn't have any tonight.
Absolutely. So. You kept going forward all night long. We'd love to have you. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
We'll see you now. All right, standing here with a winning quarterback, Court Rancourt. Court did a great job out there offensively, directing traffic all game long.
Thanks.
There you go. Now, the option, how important was the option for you this evening?
It's important. It's our offense. It's important every game.
Now, you did a great job out there. You seemed to make the right read every time. If you didn't make the pitch, you picked up 4. If you made the pitch, Mr. Porter around end picked up about 16.
Well, I wouldn't say I made the right read every time, but I mean, we just make what happens. We just got to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's our
And we
offense.
talked about you most of the night, again, trying to say that you made the right read. Defensively, 12 seconds left in the game. Belfast has a chance, maybe not to do a whole lot, but at least solidify the victory. You made a big play coming out in the backfield.
Well, our coach wanted us to line back on the hash marks, and line back to our safety, but they had number 26, the running back at quarterback, so I knew something was up. And I saw him pitch the ball and run around, so I ran up, made my only tackle of the game. But
that's all right. It's a big one at the very end. Now, you played a team tonight who's given up only 12 points in the previous 4 games. You score 14. How does it feel to come out and knock off the number 8 team in the land?
Good.
It
feels great.
Yeah, you did a good job. Now, were you directing traffic over there, talking about protecting your house this evening? Was that you in the huddle?
No.
That wasn't you?
That's Drew Francis.
He's not going to commend himself for that, was it? Great job this evening. Good luck the rest of the
Thank you.
season. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you now. All right, stand here with number 51, Ryan Elliott, one of the defensive stars tonight. Now, Ryan, you played a team tonight that has been averaging well over 50 points a game. You hold them to 12. Defensively, what is the game plan that helped you hold this team to 12?
We just wanted to come out and play smash mouth football, and we had no specialties. We didn't want to get confused by giving ourselves too much to handle. So we play our gaps, we hit hard, we stay low. Basic football.
Now, one of the things that some of the people in the crowd gave you credit for was running up and down the sidelines and keeping the crowd involved. Not only did it keep them involved, I think it kind of kept them warm tonight, so that was a good job doing that. Now, defensively, one of your keys had to be the way that they run the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Did a great job firing through. How important is it to have some of the young men with the size standing in front of you on that defensive line?
It helps.
It doesn't hurt too much, does it?
No, it's very nice.
Now, defensively, what were some of your cues coming in that you're so successful with?
We noticed that when they did the double dive, they pulled their guards, and we just wanted to stick them because we knew they were going to be coming with 3 or 4 guys in my general direction.
Yeah, you did a great job this evening. Good luck the rest of the season. Thanks for having me. Thanks. We'll see you now. All right, stand here with one of the men in the middle, Andrew Toms. Andrew, how's it feel, this big victory this evening?
Oh, it feels great. It was the best point of the year so far, and we're going to keep it rolling, keep the train rolling.
Now, Coach, when I had your game against Belfast, against Mount Desert Island a couple weeks ago, Coach mentioned how he wanted some gumbo afterwards. You got any plans on flying up some gumbo here for Coach after this big win?
I don't know. He might have to call his mama, but I don't know.
Something in the can, maybe off the shelf at Doug, something.
Right.
Yeah. Now, offensively, you guys did a great job. You really protected your quarterback well, protected the running backs well. What were some of the game plans coming in offensively, what you wanted to do on the line?
We wanted to hold them back. We wanted to win at least 70% of our blocking, and we just want to keep them off court there.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned a few weeks back that you had one game that you didn't really come off the bus. Of course, you had a home game. You didn't have to worry about coming off the bus. You think you guys showed up tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, no question, right?
Big
win.
Here. It's going to be a nice walk home.
Absolutely. How about you're walking home tonight?
Well, walking up to the...
Yeah, you better carry your quarterback there because you've been doing it all night, right?
Yeah.
Nice job. Good job, and good luck to you the rest of the season.
Thanks.
We'll see you now.
I came to Page Employment in May of 1965 when I was 19 years old. They found me a job which I thoroughly enjoyed, and I worked a total of 37 and a half years there. After retiring, I didn't want to sit around the house all the time, and I came back to Page, and they again found work for me.
Selection without service would be like sunshine without the warmth. Our jewelers have the experience and the tools to renew, repair, or even create jewelry with the warmth of real quality. We're Quality Jewelers. Browse in our new, larger location across from the Fleet Bank building on Exchange Street in downtown Bangor.
Northeastern Log Homes, the choice is yours. Choose from our premier or traditional home series. Pick from a wide variety of standard models, then use our free design services to create your ideal home. Or choose our Camp and Cabin series for that perfect getaway. Want to learn more? Give us a call at 1-800-624-2797.
Northeastern Log Homes, building your dreams from our experience.
All right, standing here with the aftermath of a huge win, Coach. Standing here with the Brewer Witches coach, Coach Ortego. Coach, how does it feel to knock off the number 8 team in the land and, to this point, undefeated Belfast Lions?
I can't believe they were only ranked number 8. That is one super team. We know we were fortunate. They didn't play their starting quarterback. We know they had a lot of fumbles, but I know we created some of those. We had a pretty good game plan. They're so tough. And we had a hard time all night tackling number 26. But we hung in there. We made the plays when we needed it. A great goal line stand right there. Had some adversity on a bad snap, but I told the kids, don't worry about the score, buddy. Don't worry about the score. It's one play at a time. This is goal line. This is practice. This is goal line. We're just going to play hard. I don't care what the score is. Let's just play.
Absolutely.
Let's just play.
They did a great job coming out with stuff, man. Now, how about offensively? I thought one of the things that we said from the booth most tonight, that Court Rancourt did a tremendous job running the team from
He's
a
done
quarterback
that
position.
all year. If I'd had my way, we'd have had him as quarterback as a sophomore. But super athlete. He makes plays. So how cool he is under pressure. I think he had one bad pitch the whole night. That's hard to do.
Absolutely.
Against a team like Belfast. That's very hard to do. Smooth operator.
Now, how about offensively, Coach? Belfast coming in is a team that's given up 12 points to the 4 previous opponents. And here you are, you come out not only with a victory, but you score 14 points, which eclipses what they've given up in 4 games. What was your offensive game plan coming in?
Well, we knew that we had to run a little wider than we had before. We had some teams that were starting to move into the B gap. We were running inside veer. So we put in an outside veer tonight, and that gave us some extra fullback plays. We were determined they couldn't take our fullback away because we knew if that happened, they would fly to the outside and wouldn't have much. So we had to be balanced.
Now, defensively, this is a team that comes in, for you defensively, but offensively for them, this is a team that comes in averaging well over 50 points a game in their 4 games. And again, you give up 12 points. Another huge feat. What was some of the defensive strategies coming in?
Well, first of all, we knew we were better than what we showed against Lake Region. We had a young team. We were on the road. They did some things that got us out of sorts real early. A lot of quick snaps, a lot of motion, a lot of unbalanced line. We had no film. Our kids hadn't seen anything, so we knew we had to prove ourselves. They got better and better. But the big thing is we're saying we're going to hit. We have 3 different techniques that we call on defense, and we were just going to make sure that every time we ran a technique, they were going to notice the difference. It was going to do something to them. So we had some penetration. We had good outside play, especially in that last quarter. Absolutely. I thought our outside play was really good. So the kids grew up. That's what you have to do against a good team.
Now, what was the call coming out? I talked to Court a little bit. I said, here you are. You do such a good job offensively most of the night. Made 1 tackle all night. Happened to be the tackle that stopped Belfast on 4th down. Of course, coming in out of the timeout. What were you saying to your kids coming out of that timeout?
Well, Court's job in that case was to show that he was going to be an outside backer on the line of scrimmage, and then at the snap, he was going to sprint back 10 yards and look for somebody coming across or a wide screen, and they threw the right screen, so he was right there.
He's standing right there, makes 1 tackle all night. It's a loud one.
So we had it. That was that was it. 5 seconds left. Thank you very much.
Perfect. That was a great job tonight, Coach. Now, I teased some of the kids a little bit and talked to you a little bit about it earlier. You mentioned when we had you at Mount Desert Island that you might, here against Mount Desert Island, that you might want to get some gumbo set up. Now, I hear you give your kid a day off tomorrow. You think they have some time to do some shopping for you?
They better. They better do something. A pretty good first half. And we're looking forward to an improving team in the second half.
And we love having your games here, Coach, and a great job so far this season, and good luck the rest of the way.
Well, enjoyed all the attention for Brewer Witches. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Employment has been matching great people with great jobs right here in the state of Maine since 1945, making Page Employment Maine's oldest employment service. With that kind of experience, you can trust Page Employment to find the right job for you. We take the time to listen to your needs. So if you're ready to work, we're here to help, and there are no fees. Come see us today. Page Employment, 185 North Main Street in Brewer. Call us at 991-9615.
All right, back here at Doyle Field, some wrapping up statements here. Mark Baxter, along with my colleague for this evening, Howard Kroll. Now, Howard, huge game this evening. Brewer comes in, homecoming night, Belfast Lions, 4-0, number 8 in the state, and they knock them off.
Huge victory for Brewer. They knocked off the 8th-ranked team in the state of Maine, and they did it on homecoming night, I know, which was special to the fans and to the community. The last game we did here with Mount Desert Island, they had mentioned the coach from Gorham said that they didn't get off the bus. Well, I think tonight they got off the bus and stole the tires on top of it. So
it's a good thing that some of the boys mentioned that they had to walk back up to school and walk back down. I don't think they're going to be minding that walk this evening.
I don't think they will either. A lot of those young men showed up tonight. Ryan Elliott, number 51 on defense, Court Rancourt on offense, Chris Noyes on both sides of the ball. It was a well-played game by Brewer. I take my hat off to him.
Absolutely. One of the things that impressed me most of the evening was the defensive strategy that Brewer employed. They did a great job, containing the outside. They got hit a couple times in the middle, but no big plays from Belfast at all, and especially a team averaging well over 50 points a game.
Oh yeah, Brewer shut down the Belfast machine offensively. They couldn't get anything generated, and Brewer controlled the line of scrimmage. So should take your hat off to John Mackey and his offensive and defensive line skills. So good job.
Turning point in the evening, obviously, is the game is 14-12. Belfast coming off a timeout, going for a 2-point conversion. Brewer goes ahead, slants the tackles inside, stuffs it up, stops 2-point conversion, and now you've got 1 minute and 36 seconds left, up 2.
Hey, Brewer stopped them once before on the 2-point conversion, and looking back now, I'm sure Belfast wish they had a kicker, because this game could have easily been tied up if they could have done something on those extra point conversions. So again, Brewer had a great game plan, and they executed, and that's what counts.
And you got to give your hats got to be taken off to Coach Ortego and what he's done to this Brewer program so far this year. They talk about the amount of team talent that they graduated last year, come back, new coach, first-year coach, in terms of the head coaching position, and here they are, 4-1 with a huge win coming off.
Huge win. I mean, they have made an exclamation point on Eastern Maine football. So I look forward to some interesting games down the road for both Brewer and Belfast. I mean, Belfast is going to get their quarterback back. He's going to come back, and expect good things from them. So, but still, you got to take your hat off to Brewer. I'm sure the coach doesn't have enough game balls to pass out.
No,
there was a lot of performers.
Yeah, and speaking of games balls and coaches, Coach said to the kids he's going to give them Saturday off. And I told him, you think your kids are going to go shop and try to get you some of that gumbo? I know that if the kids don't go out and get the gumbo, maybe us from the Page team have to pick up that gumbo, send it over to Coach Ortego, because a tremendous job this evening.
Amen to that.
Thank you for having us this evening. Signing off from Doyle Field, Mark Baxter along with Howard Kroll.
Well, so far, Brewers had a very successful homecoming weekend with a victory on the soccer team and the football team doing very well here in the first half.
And with an 8-point lead, Brewers set to receive. Porter and Rancourt back to receive this kick. And the kick's going to be coming from number 16, Paul Harmon. And we're going to be set to play and start this second half action here at Doyle Field. There's a buzz in the sky here. People enjoyed their halftime festivities. A lot of parents out to see all the kids participate this weekend. Onside kick. Ball's live over there. Is it going to reach the sideline? Nice play coming up there by number 30, Porter. Keep that ball from being recovered by Belfast. I imagine that ball squibbed a little bit more than Belfast had hoped. Probably wanted to take a bounce, but it stayed short on the ground, stayed low, and squibbed quite far through the line.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good call. I mean, they're getting the ball at pretty good field position, but they also had an opportunity to recover it if the bouncer went their way. Brewers going to start at the 33-yard line with 11:59 left with a 14-6 lead here.
A lot of action there, but Brewer ends up with the ball. They got number 7 split right for Brewer. Little end around to number 3. Case going to be taken down by number 15, Zach Carr for Belfast. And number 3 is Tony Schwartz. And I don't believe it's Schwartz. I think it's Schwarzy or Schwarz.
Schwarz?
I'm going to call him Schwarzy, and if that's not how you pronounce it at home, I certainly apologize. Call him Schwartz, I think, for half the first half, and as I look at his name, there's no T to be seen. So it's going to be hard to make Schwartz out of that, I imagine. That was a good little run by him anyway, a 2-yard gain, so we got 2nd and 8 coming out here for Brewer. Porter in motion. Rancourt with a little keeper. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and stop for no gain there, Howard.
Excellent pursuit by the Belfast defense.
The 49 for Brewer coming off. Rancourt getting ready to hear the play call. Probably brought in by number 7 for Brewer. Number 7 is J.T. Davis bringing in the call from the sideline.
Okay. Number 18, Jamie Potvin, defensive end for Belfast, was in on the tackle.
Belfast look like they're stacking it up down there, sitting in there. Looks like a 4-3, 4-4 actually defense for Belfast. 4 down linemen and 4 what essentially linebackers. Man in motion for Brewer. Then he's back to pass, puts this ball in the air, short little pass. It's caught, stays on his feet, reaches the 40. Number 87 for Brewer with a nice reception there. And number 87 is Justin Hardy. Rancourt did a good job, man in motion. Drop back, little 5-step drop back, plant his feet, got everything heading in the right direction, put that ball on a line to Hardy.
Nice reception, nice play calling. One thing Brewer was successful in the first half was moving the chains and controlling the clock, which is a huge factor in taking the lead.
Thus far in the second half, no difference. Moved the chains a couple times so far. Porter in motion. He's giving to the first man through. That's number 5 for Brewer. And number 5, we called his name quite often in the first half. Number 5 is Chris Noyes. Noyes picks up about 5 on that play, possibly 6. And it looks like about 6. 2nd and 4 here, Howard.
Yeah, it's interesting to note. Chris Noyes has some family members that have trekked from down East Maine as well as from the Scarborough area. His grandfather, Jim Elliott, came up from Scarborough, and his uncle and aunt came from Gouldsboro. Linda Elliott Pinkham and Lewis Pinkham.
Not afraid to venture out in the gas price time, I guess. That's family unity at its greatest. And number 3 again in motion. Ball's kept by Rancourt. Picks up, I believe, what's going to be enough for the first down. It's going to be awful close on the mark. I believe we're going to spot this forward motion. Not where he ended up, but where his forward motion stops. From here, it looks like he's going to have made that first down.
And on that tackle was Chris Hubbard, senior for Belfast. Looks like we got second and 4th on the 35.
Gain of 4 yards near the 31-yard line.
And the chains are moving.
I take that back. Got a first down.
No problem at all. We got first down and 10. Sitting here on about the 30-yard line for Brewer. Belfast's 30-yard line going in. 9 minutes and 15 seconds as the clock runs left here in this third quarter action. Brewer on top, 14-6. Calling this game for you this evening, Mark Baxter and Howard Kroll.
Good to be here.
And the ball is fake to Porter. Again, Rancourt has got man on his hip. No call there. See if that ball is live. He was hit wrapped up there by number 94 for Belfast. Number 94 for Belfast is on the...
Mike Bouchard, he's a junior.
You could just see, his eyes light up from here as he was attacking Rancourt from that blind side, Howard.
He was licking his chops. He saw an open game.
And Rancourt did a good job, popped right back up after the hit, just an incomplete pass. Now we're looking at 2nd down and 10. No problems, I imagine they're telling him on the sideline. And he's saying in the line, please pick up my backside. Porter in motion again. Ball's given to number 5, Noyes. Noyes stays on his feet, churns. Nice little gainer there. Looks like he picked up about 6 on the play. They're going to bring up 3rd and 4. Noyes did a great job there, Howard, keeping his feet just a moving.
Excellent job. Moving forward for getting close to that first down. It'll be 3rd and about 3 or 4. 3rd and 3.
As I look around, I see a lot of these Brewer Pee Wee players walking around. They're still in pads, still in uniform. This time they're just making a trek back from the concession stand. It's good to see out here all the involvement.
Oh, it's great. It's great to see the community involved and all these kids participating.
And the ball's given to the dive man again. Noyes picks up a couple. We'll see if it's enough for a first. I think it's going to be a little bit short, but I imagine for Coach Ortego, this is probably 4 down territory anyway.
Yeah, that was tackled by Ronnie Morse, a senior for Belfast.
Sitting at about the 22-yard line, 4th and 2, and it looks like they are going for it. I don't see any kicking teams coming from the sideline. Coaches on the sidelines walking back and forth, trying to get that sideline excited, trying to get them back into this game, and trying to keep the crowd excited as well.
This crowd is very excited tonight. A lot of alumni here. A lot of proud graduates of Brewer High School back to support their witches.
Showing that black and orange. Porter in motion. Give to dive man again. Noyes, he's wrapped up. He didn't make it. That's a big stop for Belfast. Number 3 for Belfast comes out just excited. That's Josh Gallant.
Ball carried by Noyes.
That's a big stop there, Howard, for Belfast, because Brewer really did turn up a bunch of yards there. They were knocking on the door at about the 20-yard line. Now Belfast takes over on downs. How important is that for Belfast coming out here in the second half to have
that's
that
huge.
stop?
That's a moral victory in itself. Stopping Brewer deep in their territory and getting the ball back. We've got 7:36 left. Ball on 23. 1st and 10 for Belfast.
All right, Belfast comes out, power I formation. Gonna have a man in motion, number 20 for Belfast, Tim Norley. Ball's given to the first man through. That had been in the first half, Paul Harmon, number 16. We'll see who it is this half. Didn't catch the give, and it is Paul Harmon, number 16, on that first man through. They seem to have a kind of a two-headed demon there in the backfield between Paul Harmon and Josh Aldis, Howard.
No doubt about it. They've got some weapons at their disposal. In on the tackle was Ryan Elliott, number 51, middle linebacker for Brewer, calling his number quite a bit tonight.
And Garen Horn, number 7, is your split back. And 26, we just mentioned his name, Josh Aldis, back there as well, single man in the backfield. Ooh, we had some crowd wanting motion on that one. Garen Horn has the ball. And we got a late flag in on it. He's got first down yardage. We'll have to see what happens. Another flag comes down. And we do have holding on Belfast. So a nice play there, Howard, for Belfast to pick up first down yardage, but they're going to mark it back off.
I'll give a little credit to Chad Silva, number 54, in on the tackle. But again, like you called, that was probably going to come back.
Crowd wanted some motion beforehand, but nothing doing there. And we're going to have Belfast now looking at second down and about 13 yards here, Howard.
It'll be interesting to see if Belfast mixes it up here in the second half. Predominantly a running team, like we mentioned. They're going to have to do something different here to stall this Brewer defense that is definitely potent tonight.
Coach has done a great job keeping them prepared. They're doing a good job on the sideline, as we mentioned earlier. Keep them excited, keep them ready to go, getting some fresh bodies in and out. Ball's carried by number 26, Aldis, coming around in. He's met by a couple Brewer players. The first one on for Brewer was number 2, Dan Fox. We got another flag down on the field. We'll see what this flag is going to be.
In on the tackle was Chris Fox, number 22, and 54, Chad Sullivan.
We'll wait for the referees to sort this out here. We'll get a face mask on Brewer. So we're going to have a first down here for Belfast. No, it's going to be just short of the first. So we're going to bring up second and about 2 here. Belfast come out. I'd venture to guess how they're going to run this ball right up the gut.
Seems to be the plays being called tonight, or run right, run left, and run up the middle. So
they use Paul Harmon with his strength up the middle, and they try to get number 26, Josh Aldis, around outside, or at least off tackle, Howard, with his speed.
Yeah, Josh Aldis is definitely a talent in Eastern Maine, so they got another year left to see of him. So going to take a measurement here on the 33-yard line.
The second measurement we've had tonight. Good job calling it out. Better to be safe than sorry on these measurements. And it is going to be just as high, just a hair short. I'm going to come right back out here. Second and maybe 6-8 inches here coming out. Real important here, I think, for Belfast to get something happening. You're down 8 points. You want to try to put some more points on the board. They missed that 2-point conversion in the first half. That's not a problem. They can pick that 2-point conversion up if they happen to score. Tie this game up at 14. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. And equally as important for Brewer to have a stop. Try to gain some positive field position off the punt if they can get a stop in the next couple downs. Single man in the backfield. Going to have a pass on this one. Looking for number 89 for Belfast. Lays out. Number 2 for Brewer in on the coverage. Number 2 is Dan Fox. 89 for Belfast on my sheet. Looks like we've got Matt Cole. That's a nice play call there, because third down, you probably figure he has a chance to drive it down there and pick up that couple inches for the first down. So may as well in second take a shot. That way you can get a big chunk of yards all at once.
I kind of like that play call, to be honest with you. It's mixing it up, and actually Mr. Fox was sitting back there waiting, and nothing bad happened. So
he had him wide open there in the flash, just overthrew him just a little bit. So it's a good play call there. This again, a little bit too long. So that brings up third and just real short. And his quarterback keeper, he's certainly going to pick up the yardage. Picks up about 3, and that's enough for the first down. So Belfast managed to move the chains there, Howard.
Move the chains. And on the tackle again is number 51, Ryan Elliott, senior for Brewer.
Now it seems like that Belfast has this ball for about 12 minutes in this possession. Of course, it hasn't been that long, but with all the happenings on the field, they've managed to maintain possession. But Brewer's doing a good job rotating fresh bodies in defensively. Got to give the Brewer coaching staff a hand for getting fresh bodies in and out. You know, the same old faces out there for Belfast, same quality faces for sure, but they're still out there, and they've been out there for a while. Number 20 in motion for Belfast. High formation in the backfield. The ball is going to be given off to Aldis. Number 26 does a good job juking a tackler. Picks up about 4 there. He was met basically at the line of scrimmage by a Brewer tackler. Little step to the right, brings it back to the left, avoids that tackle, picks up about 4.
Get on the tackle was number 51, Ryan Elliott.
He's certainly doing his share of the work out here this evening.
It's interesting to note his favorite football player is Dick Butkus.
Yeah, we talked about him a couple weeks ago. Dick Butkus must be a classic Sports Network fan to see Butkus play. But as my wife notes, my favorite baseball player of all time would be Ty Cobb, and I've certainly never seen him play. Just certainly like his intensity on the field. Off the field, that might be a different story. All right, Belfast out here in the power I. Ball is given to Aldis, second back through. Number 26 picks up first down yardage, taken down by number 2 for Brewer, Dan Fox, along with a couple other Brewer players. Nice, nice game for low 13 there.
Chris Fox.
Little Foxes out there making some damage happen defensively for Brewer. And a nice job there for Aldis to pick up about 14 yards on there. Keeps his legs churning. Picks up some extra space. First down and 10 for Belfast. Move the chains here on 3 consecutive possessions Belfast has. You know, they seem to stay with the same formation all the time, though they have, 3 or 4 plays that they run off that same power I formation. Send a man in motion, sometimes keep him still like they did this time. Aldis again through the middle, picking up yardage after yardage here. I think maybe at halftime, the Belfast coaching staff might have seen something in Brewer's defense that they want to take advantage of, because they've been quite successful here thus far in the second half.
Very successful. They moved the ball quite well. And on the tackle was number 5, Chris Noy, senior. And a lot of like semi-draw plays, it seems. I mean, they're nothing that's, changing Brewer's attitude or minds, but they seem to be getting some big holes.
Just faking that first handoff to Paul Harmon, number 16, on the dive play, and just giving it on second man through to Aldis. And quite successful here so far. Again, fake it. This time it's a quarterback keeper. Picks up enough for the first down. Move the chains. Nice play there by number 2, Andy Whalen. You gotta respect the 2 things that have been working well for Belfast. They're both the dive play, and then of course the second man through Aldis. This time he fakes the dive, sends Harmon through, and then keeps it himself. Looks like we're gonna have another measurement here, and a measurement it is. Belfast seems to be picking up just enough yardage to pull the chains across the field there last couple of times. Keeping the 2 young men holding the stakes.
Very busy this evening. And got a first down.
Enough to move them. We thought from up here it'd be enough to move them, but we got to check those stakes. Brewer's got to buckle down here and have a stop. But I think a good play call, though it wasn't successful, was that pass call. Keeps Brewer on their heels just a little bit, knowing that Belfast will come out and throw. And then so they got to loosen up a little bit on the line, because you can't just send 8 or 9 in the box, because then you're going to leave somebody all by himself there in the flats. Belfast again, power I. Gives it to Aldis, second man around. Takes it to the outside. 51 for Brewer, our friend.
Ryan Elliott.
In on the tackle. Better love that young man's energy. He seems to be in on every play. They might be running at him, but he's certainly staying at home and making the plays, Howard.
Yeah, he's done an excellent job this evening. Ryan also plans on attending Maine Maritime Academy after he graduates, so wish him the best in furthering his education.
We spoke earlier about Hammond putting in that new turf. If he plays football MMA, he's going to certainly play on a nice turf field down there right on the coast. You get football with a view.
Excellent facilities down there in Castine.
And it's going to be given, no, it's quarterback keeper this time on the pitch. That ball's going to be loose. Brewer picks that ball up from here, it looks like anyway, Howard.
Looks like number 70.
Waiting, and we're still waiting. And we might be waiting a little bit more.
Looks like Brad Kearns was in on the recovery.
And it is Brewer's ball. Talk about dodging a bullet there. Belfast had moved the change on 4 consecutive possessions. That pitch happened just a little bit low for the tailback. Goes loose, and Brewer picks up that fumble.
That was a 5-minute possession that's going to go for naught, but we'll see what Belfast defense can do here. Done an excellent job here in the second half. Let's see if we can get some continued performance out of them.
2 minutes and 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Brewer again with an 8-point lead, 14-6. And after that fumble, Brewer's possession. Porter in motion. Rancourt keeps the ball. Quarterback keeper picks up about 5. Nice play. I believe this about midway through that first quarter, Rancourt's starting to get his sea legs all together. He's played a very, very good game so far this evening.
Excellent game.
It seems that he's ready. He's making all the right reads. Anytime you're making reads and you're picking up 4, 5, 6 yards every time, you pick up 4 yards. It doesn't take but 3 times to pick up 4 when you move those chains. And Brewer out here again. Same formation. Probably have a little motion happening here, and we do. That's number 3 for Brewer. It's going to be given to Noyes right up the gut. Picks up enough probably to take a look at the first down, but I think he's going to be just a hair shy, maybe about the width of that big steak we were talking about in the first half, Howard.
Yeah, he's going to be about half a yard short, but third and short around the 50-yard line.
And this is going to be a crucial call here because this is kind of no man's land. This is an interesting 4th down call, especially with an 8-point lead. Of course, it's 3rd now, but if they don't make it on 3rd, I imagine we'll probably see a punt. So Belfast, if they can stiffen up, will get the ball back. This is probably not one of those 4-down territories with an 8-point lead, Howard.
I would hope not.
And Porter in motion, going to be given, no, Rancourt keeps the ball, and I do believe he's got enough for a first down, and that's Rancourt again. His name is being called out quite often by us here this evening, but he's doing a great job. I'm really impressed with the way he's running the team from the quarterback position tonight, Howard.
It's true. He's done an excellent job. He's a good leader. He's going to be a future Marine, so we wish him best in serving his country if that's what he chooses to do after he graduates.
Of course, Mom's going to have to get some extra detergent out here tonight because that black jersey's become a darker shade of black. Brown on him from the dirt. He's doing a great job this evening, grinding a lot of these plays out. And calling out the offensive plays for Brewer as well.
Doing an excellent job moving the chains, keeping the clock moving.
Brewer out again. They got 8 in the box down there for Belfast, Howard. They're anticipating a run play, and a run play it is. That was an interesting call there for Belfast. They've been playing, hard on the line most of the night, but they brought 8 into the box that time. There'd be scarce few plays that any team can run from the line of scrimmage on a run play that are going to be all that successful with 8 in the box defensively.
That's for sure. When you got Matt Cole, number 89, senior defensive end for Belfast there in your face, you're not going to really go through the man. So we got 2nd and 10 from the 49.
It's a good play though. You gotta do something here if you're Belfast because you're down by 8. You got to try to stiffen up here a little bit because you need at least one more possession with the ball with a chance to tie. But the way they've been playing tonight, I think it'll take multiple possessions. Not that they're playing poorly, but Brewer defensively is doing a nice job. And we're gonna have 3rd down now here. Brings up about 3rd down and 11.
Got 12 seconds left here in the third quarter, which has gone by quite quick. Both teams have possessed the ball and grinded the yards out to keep the clock moving. So it's been a fast-moving quarter.
The coach, Butch Arthurs for Belfast, used to be in situations like that. Again, we mentioned earlier the success they're having down there at Belfast. Been to the Eastern Maine Championship the last 3 years in a row. Go down there and visit some trophy cases down there. There's a lot of state balls that happened just before those last 3 years also. Great program down there, and Brewer taking it to him tonight, up by 8. Porter in motion. Rancourt takes it around in, takes it right at the cornerback, keeps the ball, doesn't pitch. Great decision by him again, picks up about 4. Maybe 5, and it's going to bring up 4th down there, and imagine again, like we talked about earlier, probably going to have to punt this ball away, which would be a great call.
And that's the end of the third quarter.
as the third quarter ends and we await that fourth down happenings. We'll be back with you right after this. Back here at Doyle Field where Brewers facing a 4th down and 6 punting situation, but they do have the lead 14-6 over the Belfast Lions. We got quite a game going here, Howard. It's obviously a 1-touchdown game with a 2-point conversion, tacked on the end of it. Brewers up. We got 12 minutes left here. All the teams have all the timeouts remaining, so we're going to be down to quite a wild finish here.
Oh, no doubt about it. This has been an excellent game. Hometown crowd of Brewer should be very proud of their young men out here, representing them quite well.
All right, we're getting a little bit of controversy, counting up the numbers here coming out of the timeout. Watching some of the people walk by here, some friendly faces and smiles all around with the 8-point lead for Brewer as we get ready for the kickoff. The nice ball put up by the Brewer kicker. A lot of air underneath it. Does take a little bit of a Belfast bounce. And it's down by number 54 for Brewer. Number 54 is Chad Sylvan. And looks like Belfast can have decent field position. Looking at about 24-yard line, I guess. As we're trying to figure that out. I guess, it's not great field position actually now, Howard. They got to go about 75 yards here to tack on the touchdown that they need. And we know they're not really a quick-hitting team, or at least they haven't been this evening. We talked about earlier that they're averaging over 50 points a game, and Brewers doing a great job holding to 6 thus far in this game.
Yeah, any way you slice it, you're holding a perennial 50-point scoring team to 6 points after 3 quarters. Pat yourself on the back. You're in position to win this game.
And we're just going to get ready and watch people play here in the second half. All right, power I formation for Belfast, number 20 in motion. Giving off to number 16, stays on his feet, wrapped up for Brewer though. He held on and hog-tied him there, did a good job. He did well in the rodeo. Back here at Doyle Field where Brewers facing a 4th down and 6 punting situation, but they do have the lead 14-6 over the Belfast Lions. We got quite a game going here, Howard. It's obviously a 1-touchdown game with a 2-point conversion, tacked on the end of it. Brewers up. We got 12 minutes left here. All the teams have all the timeouts remaining, so we're going to be down to quite a wild finish here.
Oh, no doubt about it. This has been an excellent game. Hometown crowd of Brewer should be very proud of their young men out here, representing them quite well.
All right, we're getting a little bit of controversy, counting up the numbers here coming out of the timeout. Watching some of the people walk by here, some friendly faces and smiles all around with the 8-point lead for Brewer as we get ready for the kickoff. The nice ball put up by the Brewer kicker. A lot of air underneath it. Does take a little bit of a Belfast bounce. And it's down by number 54 for Brewer. Number 54 is Chad Sylvan. And looks like Belfast can have decent field position. Looking at about 24-yard line, I guess. As we're trying to figure that out. I guess, it's not great field position actually now, Howard. They got to go about 75 yards here to tack on the touchdown that they need. And we know they're not really a quick-hitting team, or at least they haven't been this evening. We talked about earlier that they're averaging over 50 points a game, and Brewers doing a great job holding to 6 thus far in this game.
Yeah, any way you slice it, you're holding a perennial 50-point scoring team to 6 points after 3 quarters. Pat yourself on the back. You're in position to win this game.
And we're just going to get ready and watch people play here in the second half. All right, power I formation for Belfast, number 20 in motion. Giving off to number 16, stays on his feet, wrapped up for Brewer though. He held on and hog-tied him there, did a good job. He drew well in the rodeo, I think. Number 3 for Brewer. Number 3 is Tony Schwartz. Does a nice job holding on. Number 16 for Belfast, Paul Harmon, tried to break his grip, but he had that one, he almost had him horse called there a little bit, Howard. Holding on for dear life. He probably would have had the 8 seconds. He would have been advancing in the next round of the rodeo. Come on now, I know you watch the rodeo. $1 million purse sometimes up there if you ride the right bulls. All right, Belfast out. There's a pitch over here to Aldis. Aldis stays on his feet, takes it right up the heart of the Brewer defense, and picks up about 7 yards on that carry. That's going to bring us about 3rd down and 3.
Ball carried by Aldis. Tackled by Noy.
No, it's just a plain old regular football play there, Howard. No other sport analogies happen for us here. Nice play up the gut, picks up about 7. All this is a nice back out there this evening. You know, we go from the speed of Rancourt and Porter, you know, out there for Brewer, and you know, you got the Harmon that does a nice job for Belfast, but all this does a good job as well. Speed and power, the best of both worlds. Brewer says, I got your speed and a little bit of power as well as they shoot through the line, ears pinned back, stop Belfast for about a 2-yard loss, and that was Mr. Aldis that we just talked about for that 2-yard loss. Looked like Rancourt, number 4, was one of the first people in on the tackle, Howard.
Yeah, to help him out was Brad Kearns, the senior nose tackle. It's 4th and 1.
Brewer says you can talk about their speed and their size all you want, but let's talk about some of our size and some of our speed defensively. Tremendous job defensively for Brewer.
Looks like Belfast is going for this.
Yeah, this is a call right here. This right here could be the turning point of the game. If Belfast takes it, they'll have an advantage. If Brewer stops them here, they're going to be knocking on the door already. And the ball is going to be given off to Aldis. Aldis has first down yardage as he's brought down by 3 Brewer players. Now that call coming out right there, Howard, that was a gutsy call from the sideline of Belfast.
Very gutsy call, because if he would have not gotten this first down, Brewer would have been knocking on the door to put this game away.
Now Butch Arthur is a gritty coach, and he really keeps them going. Coach Arthur's is a perennial all-world coach, all-league coach, does a great job. But man, that was a gutsy call. 4th down and 4, gives the ball to Aldis, and he does pick up the first down yardage. And Belfast is facing a 1st down and 10. Nice job there, coming out and picking up that first down yardage. Power I. Guerin in motion. And the ball is given to Aldis again. Keeps the feet churning. Nice play by number 5, Noyes, for Brewer to take him down at a short gain of only 3 yards that time, Howard.
Yeah, Chris Noyes had an excellent tackle there. Pretty pumped up. He's got family from away here to see him play tonight in his final homecoming game. So we wish him well in his future endeavors.
Did a good job wrapping him up right there.
Mr. Noyes also seems to be a future Marine or possibly going to the University of Maine. Either way, we wish him the best of luck.
Anybody entering the military field, protecting us, both home and abroad. We've got to thank them. Again, off to Aldis. Aldis, big hit, spins, picks up a couple extra yards, but big hit looks like number 5 in there again, and 54 that time, Howard.
Yeah, Chris Noyes in that tackle, and looks like Matt Littlefield, number 38, was also in on the tackle.
I got to bring up 3rd down and about 4, on the long side of 3, if you want to call it that, but probably closer to 4. And number 7 for Belfast is Garen Horn, bringing in the play call from the sideline. Now, obviously, the way that Coach Arthur's played the last downs, they picked the first down, picked up an extra 7 here. You have to guess that this is probably 2-down territory as well.
Oh, no doubt about it. He seems to be a gambling man at this point in time in the game.
Horn in motion for Belfast. Ball's given off here. And he's going to have a first down yardage again. That's Mr. Aldis again on the carry. He's picking. I've ventured to guess here, Howard, that he's well over 100 yards so far this evening.
Oh, no doubt about it. And on the tackle is Dan Fox and 51 Ryan Elliott.
Aldis right and Aldis left. Belfast waiting to get the play call from the sideline. Clock's running again. We got just under 8 minutes happening, and Belfast on the drive, down by 8.
Ball's on the 40-yard line with the clock running at 7:50.
Both the same position on the field as Brewer stopped him, last possession that Belfast had. Nice job from Brewer. Great job by Brewer's defensive end to string out that pitch play.
Excellent
you cannot turn that ball upfield until you see this shoulder of the defensive end. Unfortunately, for Belfast anyway, the defensive end strung that play out and allowed his friend to come in and make the play. Great job defensively for Brewer on that call.
Yeah, that was number 87, Justin Hardy. Excellent play, senior for Brewer. Good job staying with the tackle and not letting him go any farther than he did.
Minimal gain on that, you know, maybe a yard happening. So we got 2nd down and about 9 coming out. If I had a couple nickels to rub together, my money's on Aldis. But look at Brewer bring up 8 in the box. So a running play on here is going to be sniffed out right away if they want to run one. And we're going to have some motion there. Oh, I tell you what, that's going to be a tough play for the quarterback for Belfast. Andy Whalen taking a look at Brewer, putting up 8 in the box there defensively. And that's going to force him into a penalty. 5-yard penalty is going to bring it down to about 2nd and 14. Nice job by Brewer defensively running in that many in the box, because you know they've been running this play over and over again with good success Belfast has. You've got to take a gamble if you're Brewer, I think, there. All right, Belfast comes out in the power I. No motion this time. That's just going to be a little counter play to number 7 for Belfast. Number 7 again, Josh Gallant. That's the man we mentioned earlier with the extreme speed on him. Nice job there. I like that little play call. You know, it's a cross between a counter and an end around. Nice play to take that wing back around in your typical counter formation. Of course, he's not lining up in your typical spot there. Picked up some yardage. Now we got 3rd down and a long 8, maybe 8.5, closer to 9.
And on the tackle was Dan Fox and Chris Noyes.
Again, there's probably 2 down territory coming out here for Belfast. 2 men in the backfield. Split to the right for Belfast. Fakes it. They're going for a pass. And Brewer's in on the play. Can't tell from here. We'll see if that ball is caught by number 89 for Belfast. Number 89 for Belfast is Matt Cole. That was a tough play there, Howard, because the Brewer defenseman was just bearing down on Belfast quarterback, throws the ball, short ball. Cole does a good job coming back from it, and the referee says, yes, sir. He got his hands underneath the ball, did not trap the ball, completed pass, 1st and 10 Belfast.
That was a huge completion because I didn't think it was going to get there, but the young man came back and made a nice catch.
Saw that Brewer was sneaking up those, all those extra players in the box, took a gamble on that pass. On the eye again, going to be given off to Aldis, number 26, keeps his feet churning.
Nice open field tackle.
Tackle's made by number 22, that's Fox for Brewer. And it's going to be about 2nd down and 2 here, Howard. Now it's nothing fancy, they throw down that, that one pass happening, it's good completion there for Belfast, but Aldis left, Aldis right, you know he's going to carry the ball, and any misdirection they usually come with is Paul Harmon, number 16 out of the backfield. On the eye again. Motion again, I think, for Belfast, and they're going to move him back. Now we're going to look at 2nd and about 7 as opposed to 2nd and 2. Crowd starting to get into it a little bit here. They sense Belfast knocking on the door, trying to cheer on their Brewer cohorts, trying to get everybody excited.
They're doing a good job. They're very, very much in support of this Brewer team tonight. They've come out in droves.
It's good to see all these people coming out and support 3-1 Brewer against the still undefeated 4-0 Belfast team. We've got 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes. Clock is ticking down with Brewer with still an 8-point lead, 14-6. Belfast out in the eye. Ball's given off to Aldis. Aldis keeps his feet moving, but he's met by number 70 from Brewer.
And I think Brewer recovered that ball.
And number 70 from Brewer is Brad Kearns. And as we sort out the mess here, we'll see what happened with that fumble on the field. If Brewer recovers this ball, it's going to be an explosion. We're still waiting. Crowd's cheering, but we're going to wait for the referee's call. It is recovered by Brewer. Brewer holds again, Howard, here on short yardage situation. 5 minutes, Brewer takes over.
That was huge. That could be the turning point in this game. Anytime you stop a team from moving inside the 15-yard line, boy, that's a backbreaker.
I know we're not in California, but this stadium is shaking. I feel like I'm in a number 8 tremor out here on the West Coast. Though I know with this cold wave coming through, we're not anywhere south.
No, the crowd has not disappointed tonight.
It's a sea of black and orange out here. And we got Brewer coming out. You know Belfast's going to have their ears pinned back. They've got to shoot the gap. They've got to stop Brewer on this possession. Porter was in motion. They gave the first man through. That's Noyes. He didn't pick up a whole lot there, but again, they're going to be looking to churn some clock. Got to run that clock down. If they do have to give the ball up on possession, not a huge deal as long as they can, run this clock down.
That's the key to it, keeping Belfast offense off the field. There's not very many opportunities for them to score. So 2nd and 8 on the 20-yard line with the clock running with 4:30 and moving.
Playing the clock as much as you are your opponent at this point, especially with that 8-point lead. Porter in motion. Ball's given a noise again up the gut. And he picks up about 2 there. Nice little play. And you got to see all the Belfast players attacking Porter and attacking Rancourt after he's already given the ball the noise. That's just a testament to what they've been doing so far, attacking the outside and attacking the end, and with great success so far here this evening.
Yeah, this is a very important 3rd down play for Brewer. If they can get the 1st down, they're going to keep the clock moving and really going to put Belfast in a predicament.
Yeah, this 1st down is going to force Belfast to maybe use some of their timeouts that they have on defense instead of on offense, where they can use them. Number 7, split right for Brewer. Porter in motion again. Fake down to the gut. Rancourt keeps it and runs into his own man. Now it's a good pitch out to Porter. Porter's got the end. He takes this for 1st down yardage. Big play for Brewer. That's going to move the chains. Wonderful play out there by Rancourt. Takes that end. Takes on the defensive end. Go ahead and pitch that ball to Porter. Porter uses that speed, ducks his shoulder, and picks up about 16 on the play, Howard.
That was huge. That was huge. That's going to move the chains and more importantly, keep the ball in Brewer's possession. At 3:34 left, ball on the 43-yard line.
And we've been gushing on the last couple of possessions by Brewer just how well Rancourt's been playing, but I can't say it enough. He's doing a tremendous job as a team leader out there, making all the right decisions this evening. Porter in motion. Ball's given on a little end around there to number 3. That's Tony Schwarzy again. That's similar to with some of the misdirection that Belfast ran with Garen Horn out there in the last play. Nice job of Brewer, keeps the clock running, and we're down under 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Belfast's got to think about maybe burning some time here, because when you can run 30 seconds off every time, that's going to be a problem. Again, we talked about, they may want to be trying to conserve this a little bit for the offensive side of the ball. But if they don't get it back, it's not going to matter.
No, it's not.
All right, under 3 minutes now. Number 7 split right for Brewer. Porter in motion again. Ball's given to the dive man. This time it's number 38 for Brewer. And number 38 is Matt Littlefield on the dive. Picks up 1, maybe 1.5. Nice job, but more importantly for Brewer, that keeps the clock moving.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 from, looks like the 45-yard line. Under 2:40 left.
This is a big play right here. If they can get the 1st down here, I think that's more or less going to solidify their position in the game. If Belfast stops them, they're going to probably receive the punt. But again, that clock's going to still churn. But by the time they make a kick, it's going to be under 2 minutes.
Yep, you want to keep the ball in bounds and don't have an incomplete pass.
Number 42, split left for Brewer. Number 3 in motion. Ball's fake. Rancourt keeps the ball on the end around coming. Not the end around, the around end. And he picks up about 3 yards on the play. Not enough for a 1st down. Going to bring up 4th down with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. It looked to me like the official asked for the clock to keep running. But right now, the clock's not running, stuck at 2:08. Maybe Rancourt did carry the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, stop the clock.
Clock is stopped. That's it. That's a break for Belfast there to have the clock stopped.
Oh, bad snap.
And the ball's going to be on. Belfast is going to be coming after him. That ball's loose. Can he pick it up?
Ooh,
they're going to get a little good call here, it looks like. They reaching for his flag? No, he's not reaching for his flag. That is a big play. That's not all right. Brewer's going to sit down, see what they can do defensively, but Belfast coming out, that's a big play. But again, we'd be remiss, Howard, if we didn't say that even if Belfast can knock this ball in for a touchdown, they still have to have a 2-point conversion to tie.
Exactly. Interesting to note, special teams are kind of not the most popular thing in football, but plays like that are what kind of make or break games like this.
Yeah, that's a tough play. This cold weather's sort of tough. They're real tough to have a long snap. I certainly wouldn't want to be in a situation to have the long snap. No problem here, though, for Brewer. They're going to sit down, fans on their feet, which they should be, getting ready to cheer on their Brewer Witches. Ball's going to go to Aldis again. Aldis keeps his feet churning, brings that down awful close to the end line there, Howard. Looks like he may be on the 5-yard line. So we're going to have 2nd down and
looks like about 2
yards, yeah. So here's a problem here for Brewer also, Howard, is that Belfast can essentially get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown. And we're going to timeout by Brewer. Good timeout called in the field. And while they break, we will too.
with Belfast knocking on the door. Capacity crowd for Brewer, and Brewer sidelines getting everybody excited. And Belfast comes out, gives the ball to Aldous. Aldous on the run. We're waiting for the call by the officials. Down on the 1 yard line. Brewer managed to stop him coming out of that timeout. Going to have a big third down play here, Howard.
Actually, it's going to be a 1st and goal.
Yeah, that's true. We mentioned just before break that Belfast could pick up a first down. And here we go, 1st and goal. Reminiscent of the Texas game there last week in the NFL. And no need for a 4th down because they're in. Touchdown, Belfast, a minute 28. We've got a 14-12 game. Now this 2-point conversion is going to be huge here, Howard. This is going to make or break the game.
Brewers was successful in the first 2-point conversion, stopping Belfast. See what they can do with 1:28 left.
And we got a timeout on the field. And while the coaches converse with their team, we'll take a break.
Called by Belfast.
As the years go by, we all learn a little bit along the way. For the past 57 years, Page Employment has been matching great people with great jobs right here in the state of Maine. We think we're starting to get the hang of it.
Those aren't thunderclouds and those aren't thunderstorms you're hearing out here. That's the Brewer crowd getting excited, trying to keep Belfast out of the end zone in this 2-point conversion. We got a 14-12 game with a minute 28. Belfast coming out of the huddle, getting ready to go for this 2-point conversion. All important 2-point conversion here, Howard.
Oh, this is paramount. Brewer stop Belfast from scoring this.
And here we go. Belfast comes out of the timeout. Let's see what coach has for Belfast coming out of this timeout. And my monitors are shaking. And here we go. Ball's given off to Eldis. Brewer meets him at the goal line. Taking a look. It's no good. Brewer has a big hold here defensively. Brewers lead 14-12. Huge defensive hold there for Brewer.
This place is going nuts.
Unbelievable. I'm trying to take a look at what was happening down on the field. Same time I'm trying to hold my monitor on the table. Fans going crazy. Great job by Brewer defense coming out and getting a nice hold. You know, I think you pretty much got to anticipate that ball is going to Aldous. He's been their workhorse all night. You know, Brewer seems like they anticipated that as well. Came out, they pinched down with the tackles, you know, jammed up any possible opening there defensively, offensively for Belfast, and had a big hold on the goal line.
Oh, that was huge. Excellent stop there for Brewer's defense. This has been a most impressive game tonight. I can honestly say this has been worth the admission.
Now this game's certainly not over yet. With a minute 28, Belfast's going to come out. You know they're going to try an onside kick here. So you know, Brewer, as I take a look out here, Brewer has what would essentially be their hand squad, probably out here on the front line, getting ready to receive this onside kick. And on a cold night like this, Howard, that ball can do a lot of funny things when it comes off that tee.
All I can say is I'm glad I'm not out there trying to recover this.
Absolutely. I'm having a hard enough time tonight recovering my pen after it drops my fingers, let alone an oblong-shaped football coming at me with a lot of angry Belfast players bearing down on me.
You got that right.
I take my chances with a pepperoni pizza from Angelo's instead.
That sounds good to me.
All right, we'll see what Belfast has here coming out. Obviously going to be lined up for an onside kick. Brewer's set to receive. This ball has to travel 10 yards before it's live, but Brewer can field the ball before it reaches that 10 yards. So that's a sticky situation here for Belfast. Tough onside kick. And Belfast comes a rushing. Takes a tough bounce right there. Number 13 for Brewer sits down, makes a great recovery. Number 13 is Mitch Peasley. Great recovery for Mitch, and more or less solidifies this game. Toss that ball to that young man, because that's a big recovery on that onside kick.
That was huge. Congratulations. It's going to be seems in order in a minute 26 to Brewer.
I see a lot of hugs being dished out here along the crowd. Again, you know, this game's not over with, a minute 26 left, but it certainly goes a long way in solidifying the victory for Brewer.
Oh, no doubt about that. if Brewer can hang on here, they're going to be the top 8 ranked team in the state of Maine. They've got a lot to be proud of.
And that will put Brewer at 4-1 and Belfast at 4-1. Welcome to Logjam amongst the leaders. And number 7 split right for Brewer. Grand court under center. He keeps quarterback keeper, picks up about 5, and the clock's going to be running.
Key to winning this game, controlling the clock, controlling chains, and that's what Brewer's been doing all evening.
Minute 13. Brewer getting ready to come back. Belfast, you know, has to attack that thing, but the big thing, attack the ball, but the big thing that we talked about earlier, obviously the clock, down to about a minute right now. You know Belfast coming, but don't put 2 hands on that ball, recover that thing. That's a precious item at this time right now.
You got that right. Monitor's just a flashing with all the noise here.
Pounding and pounding. Porter in motion. Grand court on the keeper again. Good call. Belfast trying to stand them up and strip that ball, but nothing to do it. Rancourt had a hold of that thing with 2 hands.
We got a timeout by Belfast. 40 seconds left in this ball game.
Now with 40 seconds left in the game, while Belfast takes a timeout, we'll take a timeout and hear from our sponsors.
There are times in our lives when the future just shines. Finding the right job is part of keeping that shine in our lives. Page Employment has been matching generations of Maine's great people with great jobs in a friendly and courteous manner. Let us help you find your dream job.
As the coaches are on the field discussing strategy with this last 40 seconds, and Brewer with a 2-point advantage, possession of the ball, and a 3rd down play coming out. We're back here with you from Doyle Field. Now, Howard, we got 40 seconds left happening here. I believe Belfast has just burned their last timeout. It's going to be an interesting call from scrimmage for Brewer.
Well, the main thing is to keep the ball with inside the sidelines and keep our clock moving.
You know, if we're right with what we talked about earlier, and Belfast has indeed burned their last timeout, the best they can hope for is probably receiving the ball off a punt with about 10 seconds left.
That's not a lot of opportunities there, but
they're going to have to look for an opening maybe, but we'll see what Brewer does first. Brewer can stop all questions if they can manage a 1st down on this play. Porter in motion. Ball's given to the first man through. That's Littlefield. No, I'm sorry, it was not given to Littlefield. Rancourt kept the ball. And it brings up 4th down. He's a loss of about four, but again, no big concern. We're trying to burn that clock.
That was tackled by Paul Harmon. That was huge.
35 seconds. I look up and I see the clock stalled at 35 seconds. Looks like we were wrong. Belfast did have another timeout because I see Coach on the field. And while they discuss this last 35 seconds, we'll take a break.
In 1928, Bangor Tire was founded on simple concepts. Offer quality products, price them right with service second to none. Winter is right around the corner. Don't get caught without your snow tires. Get your snow treads mounted or pick up a new set now. And Bangor Tire will do a free get ready for winter checkup. Make sure you're ready for winter's worst. And don't forget your car's finish. The Shine Shop will apply a professional hardened wax finish to protect it from the elements. Count on the folks you've trusted for 70 years. Bangor Tire Company.
During our lifetime, priorities change, and we begin to seek out products that enhance our lives. We move and we grow and come to realize what's truly important. We begin to understand the value of our time and see the results of investing wisely. Priorities change, standards don't. Paradigm Windows of Portland, Maine. Window solutions for life.
Available from Carefree Window and Siding Company. Call 989-4260.
It's a sheerly Posturepedic evening here on these bleachers as they go crazy out here, Howard. Stands are just rising up and down. You'd think we were on a number 2 tremor. Now we're out here. We got Brewer. Possession of the ball, 4th down, 35 seconds left, up 2. Belfast just burned their last time out. We said that they may have last possession, but they hadn't, and this is certainly their last time out. Big play here. Brewer's going to make a nice punt down the field. Belfast, of course, looking for a huge return, and we'll see what happens left.
If I was a Brewer, personally I'd kick it out of bounds. I wouldn't give him the opportunity to return it. But that's just me.
Not a bad idea. We'll see what happens here. Brewer out there, very excited. And as Belfast coach runs off the field, we'll see what happens here. As Butch Arthur's running off the field, still barking out some instructions to the players. Horn back to receive. Nice kick away. It's kicked right to Horn. He's going to make a play of the ball. Come up the sideline. He's going to be hemmed in. Oh, hit out of just before he goes out of bounds by a Brewer defenseman. Now we're going to have Belfast on about the 25-yard line with 29 seconds here. Can you spell prevent defense out here, Howard?
It's called playing deep center field. You don't let anything get behind you.
Now we don't know what kind. They're guard down 2, so a field goal would win it. We don't know what kind of kind of leg any kicker from Belfast has, because they haven't attempted an extra point even with the touchdown, 2 touchdowns that they've scored. So, but suffice it to say, they need about 50 to have anything happen.
Yeah, they're going to need a miracle here.
We got 3 in the backfield, man in motion. He's back to pass. Ball's put up. Ooh, almost picked off by number 5. Noise for Brewer. Hit him in the breadbasket, but there was nothing that he saw. He was doing a good job in coverage on the man for Belfast. Turn around and hello, there's the ball right in your gut.
Hey, can't ask for anything more.
And we've got Belfast brings up second down for Belfast, 24 seconds left. Now that ball didn't have a whole lot of air underneath it. We're looking for a ball basically in the flats, no more than about 10 yards. They need, so like you said earlier, 50 yards to pick up even enough distance to attempt a field goal. You know, Brewer sitting back, trying to pick off anything that comes along. Same formation, said number 26, Josh Aldis in the flats. Ball's going to be put up this time.
Incomplete pass.
Going to be an incomplete pass. That was intended for number 89 for Belfast.
That was Chris Noyes again and on the play.
Cole, number 89, he had it in his hands, but a great play by the Brewer defense to knock that ball loose. Now we got third down, 18 seconds left. Brewer fans going crazy, cheering them on, and the Brewer players encouraged by that fans, hands raising, waving them. Let me hear you.
Great atmosphere here. Can't take anything away from the Brewer crowd. It's been awesome.
We got a 2-year-old young man right in front of me stomping away. See if they send all this in motion again. They do send him in motion, weak side this time again. And he's taking that ball outside the pocket, throws the ball deep. Horn tried to make a play coming back for the ball, but that's incomplete. And here it is. 1 play left in this game, essentially, Howard. We got 12 seconds left, 4th down. And Brewer coach looking for a timeout. Good call. Get your kids settled down. Coach Ortego, butchered his name once before, and that was only the first time tonight. Coach Ortego looking for a timeout. Good call here defensively. Get them set up, get them settled down, and as they take a timeout, we will too.
For 30 years, Bangor families have had their eyeglass prescriptions filled at Bangor Optical Center on Mount Hope Avenue in Bangor. You will always find licensed opticians on duty at Bangor Optical Center, offering a tremendous selection of styles, and with the Bangor Optical Best Price Guarantee, you will be wearing the eyeglasses you need at the best price. Quality, value, service, and style. It's Bangor Optical Center, 336 Mount Hope Avenue in Bangor.
Back here at Doyle Field where Brewer's up 14-12. Belfast has the ball. 4th down, need 10 yards for a first down, but need about 50 to even think about getting in field goal range.
They're going to need a lot of things going their way, and the back is definitely against them.
And we're looking at the game play right here. This is going to be what determines what happens. Belfast in the power I, and it's a pitch, and we're going to have a throw back to the quarterback. And boom, hit by number 4, Rancourt. He's done it on offense. It's poetic justice that he seals this game defensively, Howard. Nice play by Rancourt. If there's a game ball to be chucked out, head it in that young man's direction, because what a game he's had this evening.
I don't know if the coach has enough game balls to give out tonight. I mean, there have been some super performers that have just stepped up to the plate and played to their potential, no doubt about it.
This is a huge game. And how important is it, or not how important is it, how impressive is it, I guess, that this game happened on Brewer's homecoming?
This is poetic justice. Poetic justice for Brewer.
You know, a lot of times you got ADs that try to schedule, teams that may not be of a quality opponent this year. They go ahead and schedule one of the toughest team in Class B, Belfast. They come for homecoming, and Brewer wins. And as the clock runs down, it's a final, 14-12. Brewer's victorious. We'll be back with some closing interviews right after this.
Hey, you hungry? Why don't you go to Angelo's? You know, it's over there next to Radio City. He's got the best food in town. The stuff's delicious. He's got spaghetti, he's got lasagna, he's got salads. You know, you gotta stay thin like me. He's got about 1 million items on the menu. You know why the food's so good? Because the owner's there all the time. He's got great pizza. Best pizza in town. 942-5553. 942-5553. Angelo's Pizzeria. Over on Hammond Street. Oh, it's the best food around.